Everyday alchemy. Today, in the cult of our modern culture, it seems everything under the sun is failing, or at least changing. Whether you want to blame it on yourself or the world around you, the fact remains the same. The change is outpacing the charm. Religion doesn't seem to meet the demand when it comes to the spiritual needs of most individuals. The tools of today are obsolete tomorrow, leading one to believe people are the next unnecessary neck on the chopping block. In all actuality, this has always been the case. The actions needed for ascension out of this godforsaken garden have been shrouded in the myths, metaphors, and art of the adepts and sages. In contemporary psychological terms, Carl Jung coined this process individuation, the process of becoming, gaining first-hand knowledge of one's own soul and spirit hidden in the hardships of their human experience. There are no prerequisites needed in order to achieve this alchemical apex. It's as simple as changing your perspective from a human doing to a human being. To be or not to be, I guess that really is a question worth asking. To do is to be told, to follow, to react. To be is to create, to flow, to be free. The difference between free will and true will is knowledge, full disclosure. Unfortunately, we will never have full disclosure in regards to this demented dimension. This is the upside down, and everything outside of yourself is covered in the corrupt cobwebs of the arachnid archons. Everything external. However, one can come to know thyself at any time and anywhere. With knowledge of self, you can see the simulation and separate yourself from its systems of control. With full disclosure of self, you now have free will, the ability to make better choices, take better chances, one in accordance with the will of creation and the acceptance of your ancestors. The process of alchemy is the process of individuation. Psychology provides us with a technical language and framework to define and label this ancient alchemical process. Alchemy is individuation, a projection of the cosmic and the spiritual drama in laboratory terms. In modern terms, we find the philosophy embedded within psychology, Carl Jung's collective shadow. Some would say the subconscious. All of us experience alchemy, albeit in the way of dreams. Although some may find solace in silencing their subconscious, this transformative process may be dramatically displayed in their dreams. Others, like the alchemists of ascension, attempt to facilitate this unfolding, thereby adding a sacred element to the ingredient list of life: purpose. There are many answers to this asking. They come in the form of only questions. Maybe that's why this quest is better suited for the curious, rather than the confident. Shrouded in the great mysteries, mystical teachings, and sacred symbolism, the steps are described. Kabbalah was originally a Jewish mystical system of self-development. Hermetic philosophy is the common ground between alchemy and Jungian depth psychology. Even the psychoanalyst Carl Jung himself stated that one does not need to enter psychotherapy in order to begin the process of inner transformation. Change is the only constant. Environmental and circumstantial changes inherently precipitate psychological ones. How we consciously relate to these changes determines our outlook on the outcome. With each death experience, we are given an opportunity for a spiritual rebirth. The power for this potential lies within archetypes. The stage is set in symbolism. Through the transcendent function found within each archetype, one is able to understand an aspect needed for individuation. These transcendental archetypes are found in art, myth, symbol, song, and even scripture. They can come in the form of one's guardian angel, a tarot card, depictions of duality, or stories and songs. The integration is only achieved once the uniting symbol appears just as valid in spiritual life as it does in physical form. That is why the mystics call time, space, and ego the three great illusions. Identifying and integrating the transcendent function of the simulation symbolism is the restoration of balance between the three phases of man: flesh, soul, and spirit. In the next videos, I will be utilizing the words and wisdom of the Lamspring plates. The Book of Lamspring is a 14th century alchemical treatise by a German mystic named Lamspring.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.